UV rays right now, and Mercury retrograde, so you know the words might come out. Blah, blah, blah. Right, still, we're jumping into it. It's for my peoples because you know I'm goofy. My peoples know that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, serious as a mother. Yeah, man. It's that time, y'all. I'm talking about the kings. Everybody calling each other kings. It's 222 right now. 246 dealing in equality. All right. Kings are the father. On the wisdom. The wisdom. Okay. Excuse me. All being born of God. God is cool. Motivator, sustainer, controller, and Lord of all the worlds. You in your God state of mind. Frontal lobes. We in that thinking. We ain't in our animal state. We ain't in that 666 state. We ain't in a peasant state. Servant state. We ain't in any of those states. Yo, what's happening? Yeah, we ain't in that. So, you know, button pushers, I know they getting ready to do what they do. We got a nice sunny day. So, you know, we feeling a little bright. So they might send, you know, a couple drudges my way around, tucked down, you know, in the cut. So drudges usually, you know, which is familiar spirits on people. You know, they got tourists. They came into the game today. So, you know, they come in with their little familiar spirits. So they might feel the need to, you know, walk down here where I'm at, like, but it's pretty sunny though, so they may not, you know what I'm saying? Plus I'm sitting down here with my little, you know, tighties on and stuff. I'm a grown man now, you know what I mean? So, you know, I can wear my little Speedos out on the beach and just sit back and relax. Like, what you looking? But that's what happens when you get a little older. You in your celibacy, so you really don't really all that, the whole physical thing don't really matter. That's when you, well, it does matter, but people be drawing up and you realize where you're at, what you're thinking. So, but yeah, I'm sitting out here, it's guys out, thighs out, man. So we're going to jump into it, man. I really wanted to put the FBA into the title, but that's talking about foundational Black Americans. And, you know, people just don't like to say that term, you know. We don't want to get tricked into another term. That's the whole thing. We don't want to get tricked into an alphabet letter thing. And, you know, so I understand all of that, you know, because there's a lot of understanding that's coming out right now dealing with, you know, the mounds. And shout out to, we know the truth now, to 432 to drop, you know, tribal mafia, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Nine Spiral, everybody, man. Natural by law, all the bros, man. Everybody's adding on to the cipher that's not really trying to do it in a narcissistic manner, but we're going to have to be able to unite our powers sooner than later at this point, you know what I mean? Because we're talking a lot. But now, we're getting to the point where we're knowledge and knowledge. We're seeing that we're kings now. We're having a king dome. We're seeing our wise domes amongst each other. Having a free dome, one whose culture is infinite and divine, came straight from the source. So now, seeing that we're traveling, right? We're in the world. We're basically in foreign lands. Most of them already told us that we're going to feel like foreigners in our own land. Meaning that if you're in the car and you're traveling, you can have like no plates and all of this. You can lip wrestle with the officer that's sitting there that's not even of your nationality, who already has what he's going to do to you right then, because he's in a cluster B personality disorder. He's already going to devalue you. He's starting off devaluing you. Sometimes he can start off idolizing you. Yo, what's happening? We're talking about some American things popping off when they be pulling over knockers for this nothing. We're just going to the store getting some food. So, you know, you got to have your spirit in order, because our kingdom is in the spirit. Hey, what's going on, big dog? Our kingdom's in the spirit, you know what I mean? So, yeah, when we're traveling in their foreign lands, which is basically our old lands, you know, they've been hijacked, but we're hijacking them back, basically. The divine is working with us right now. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? You know? And so, basically, we have land that's set to the side, called the federal land. Man, them motherfuckers is already up on our shits. So you gotta understand this situation, man. Hold fast. Hold on, y'all. Let me see who's up in there, man. Marion, what's good? What's good? What's good? He said, who tripping now? Who tripping now? Just make sure you stand by the door and make sure you don't let nobody come in. Alright? You'll see who tripping. And Katie, what's good? What's good? How you doing? How you doing? Alright. So now we're understanding the science of law, man, as being able to travel in foreign lands. And our lands is really not niggas no more, but now everybody understanding now, like, okay, niggas actually come from a certain situation where they came from, you know. Just want to be, you know what I'm saying? I can't help it, man. It happens all day to me, man. So anyways, now everybody's starting to understand. Even our little African brothers, they're like, brother, you know, the American brothers, they're not from Africa. Like, yeah, motherfucker, we've been trying to tell you that for the longest, man. We love you anyways. But now everybody's starting to see. So when you're dealing with the law, you see in the disrespect, the whole little not honoring of the treaties that were set, that was supposed to be able to help us so we can travel freely and deal social inequality with motherfuckers. But that ain't go down. So we had to go through a whole lot of situations that kind of made us, seem like we were the bad guy, returning in and self-sabotaging, hurting ourselves with our own personality, fucked up disorders because we're being gaslighted and projected upon by people. We gotta admit these things. If you don't, we won't get nowhere. So we're gonna admit a lot more things too that allow us to show the greatness of the Creator upon us, why He gave us all these gifts and these talents and these skills in the first daggone place and set us apart anyways, and why we gotta be set apart. That's why we don't want to get caught into the whole little, ABC alphabet, naming of us and categorizing us and renaming us, and what I'm saying, we know black is the essence and things of that nature. We know we niggas with Negus, what I'm saying, knockers, NAKKAS, which is natives of the land. That happens to be out here in the Pacific. They call everybody, knockers. And so, that's natives of the lands and stuff, you know what I mean? And so, but now we're at a point where you can't even travel freely, right? We fought amongst the government to be traveling freely. You got license. Now you may not have no insurance. You kind of messed up. You get your car taken from you. Now we're gonna figure it out. Now we can't. We gotta have insurance all the time. So now they're trying to find ways that we can pay very low insurance, but we do gotta pay a motherfucker to keep things going in the circle, And but still, mugs can be sitting in the parking lot with a key and an ignition. We already know the pettiness of this situation. Where you got the key and ignition. Oh, you got your key and ignition. Oh, get your hands off the car. Put your hands off the car. I was like, oh, what the? And what I'm saying? And they speak in a certain tone, meaning that this tone is a commanding, authoritative tone when they're breaking the law. And really, they know that you're not in your proper pro se, so you're not gonna really go out and fucking fight because you basically in a foreign land that they done already took from you that was yours anyways. So we're not focusing on having our own land. Now we're saying we're kings and we're driving in there. We're traveling, and we can't really have diplomacy. We can't do as they give us petty tickets for parking too far away from the curb. We used to have petty tickets back in the hood, back in the 80s or in the 90s, where your car be dropped too low, you get a ticket, or your wheels will be a little bit too far out, or your music is a little bit too loud. It's like, damn. So they'll find little petty ways, man, so you couldn't be able to express your true reality, your true self, your true being. And they're relying on niggas that were like them in that same frequency to kind of back them up on this shit. This is where that cluster B personality trait comes into play, helping out the pathologicalness of the motherfucker. I mean, like, what the hell is he saying? But catch on, y'all. Catch on. I have to watch my man because I got mugs. Okay. So, yes, anyhow, though, us traveling freely, and we're sitting there lip wrestling with the police, on the mainland and shit, in certain areas, in certain states where you probably in certain, they know they can label you black, Negro, colored when they illegally run your plates and pulling you over. You know what I'm saying? You haven't committed a moving violation, because if they did, they'd be even more happier to get your ass, because they're kind of relying on you not to go to court, so you can have some type of warrant or establish some type of criminal record for your ass, so you can go and get locked up, sitting in a warehouse. They find ways, man. That's why you hear when mugs is like the billionaires is kind of mad that they're investing in the prisons and shit, and the prisons ain't getting filled up. That's because motherfuckers getting sense now. Like, if mugs got some food and a little bit of clothing, you know what I'm saying, or a little bit of shelter, crime is gonna drop. That's plain and simple. And we ain't even got all of that. You know what I'm saying? You can tell that with the National Guards. This niggas just went somewhere to go lay down. That's all. It's like, man, I don't even need to. Let me go think about my life type shit. So this is proven. So once we create a method where we don't have to worry about the food and the food shortage and the living situations, these are jewels of life, man, that you should automatically have. We'll start getting to a better situation. But for us, we have to really do a whole 360, 720 type shit to get into our kingly status. We won't even want to go into their world to even travel in the first place. Even if they did take over certain parts of the land. You know what? We're like, okay, well, let's go ahead and get up out of here. I see this is what y'all doing over here. You're putting your knee on niggas' necks and shit like that. I live in Minnesota. I know what's up. They shot a few of my homies and shit, man. Killed a couple of them. One survived. I was on the side of his bed and willing him to life. They shot him in the back. You know what I'm saying? 15 years old, they doing it to kids. They doing it to older people too, I guess, but statistically, if we're looking at it like the NBA and all that shit, they did it to children more. People who were in their teenage years, you know, and wanted to stop certain things. They don't care who you really was. It's a spiritual thing, you know, but he was able to survive. But anyhow, though, as far as like traveling, you know, a lot of us get pulled over and we're lip wrestling. Like myself, I never got the license, so I kept the permit. So if they pull over, like, nah, you know, I got the, and so they just couldn't take the vehicle, and they just like, so I'm trying to find ways to get you, you know, arrested, to get you about the vehicle, violating your rights in the de facto court system. We all know that, because why we're not in our proper pro se. So if we're looking at this shit as being in the proper pro se, I'm talking about the law terminology now. You know what I'm saying? We look at this in the Black Law Dictionary 4, 9, whatever, how many, whatever ones, it'll show you, you know, as dealing with us, and we trying to go to wherever we go to. Really, in real life, we have to look at it like this is a business, because they got us up for business. So it's like wherever you go in a state when you travel, your paperwork really got to go with you and shit. I'm gonna keep it really 100, and this, whenever you get to that place, because nobody's never told you this, and this is the serious shit. You get to the place, as soon as you go to City Hall, you gotta put yourself on public record. Meaning that at the county clerk of deeds, wherever you're going. Like, this is what you is. So you know they're gonna violate your rights to pull up your whole little information in the DMV or whatever. But now they got, okay, he's already registered as this, that, and the third, boom, 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 boom. You gotta have something for these people, you know? So now they see, okay, now they gotta let you go because you're already registered on county clerk of deeds. But nobody will tell you that. You're not really in your proper pro se. Even if you're doing this in a straw man sense. You're really not in your proper pro se because you're still traveling from foreign lands. You're not even in a king status as you're supposed to be in. You really ain't supposed to be going into their little lands and handling commerce anyways, and buying shit. You know? Now it's time for you to start thinking about your own land, the land that's set aside for you. The federal got your land. The Federal Reserve got all of your land, nigga. And it's like the Most High is basically going to show you. Once we get back online with self, with the true kingdom, that's when we'll have our own shit. We don't have to worry about leaving. A king don't never leave his kingdom. Unless he's going to do a world tour to top it up with the other kings, like, yo, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Or just visiting their lands, and he's visiting in there with a diplomatic immunity and shit. He's not just driving Humpty run-down ass cars and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we all got a love for making our car nice and writing exact. But a king's not going there without a caravan type shit. You can't even travel into the world. I'm telling you right now, you can't travel in the world without a caravan if you're a king. You gotta have something. You gotta have entourage or something. See, Mayweather's giving you the example without telling you. You gotta, all the motherfucking celebrities is giving you, all the stars letting you know, you gotta be deep. That means that they have to be deep to come at your ass. They have to have a SWAT team to come at you then, because that means they have to come up with some type of thing that you'd have done or whatever to violate your rights to check you. To check your person. Your person now is considered a company in the Black's Law Dictionary. Now you can't even call yourself a person no more. So now to be in proper pro se, it's like, nigga, why do I gotta be traveling in your shit? I gotta take my ass up because now everything is regentrified now. I ain't doing nothing in the old so-called Tatari buildings no more, man. Everything is regentrified. I can't get rent. If I want to, I gotta move in the building with these motherfuckers, and then I might get told on for a certain thing. If I go down there, I might want to play pool at 2 o'clock in the morning. Now y'all want to close the damn rec room and shit. I can't go swimming. It's a luxury apartment. I might want to go swim when I get off work at 12 in the morning. You gonna close and shit, you know what I'm saying? And you paying $3,500 for the rent. But you're fighting to be in their world and shit. You're a king. You need to be building your own. It's the only way to do it, man, is to start with celibacy on the inside. That's the only way we're going to get with each other first. We're going to honor ourselves there. Money ain't going to do it. Money is the way to control weak-ass motherfuckers now. We're growing past money. These new little niggas that's coming into the game, they're growing past money, y'all. They hopping back into the talent again, to the gift that they got. And we're the OGs that's here for them. Look, we're like the older OGs for them that looks a certain age so they can relate to us and shit. So we don't seem so fucking out of pocket. That's so old to their asses that we won't relate, like how the OGs was with us. Like, they couldn't relate to us when we got hip hop, when niggas was scratching records and shit, and we're using the dirtiest of clothes that we got, ironing them motherfuckers, making them sheen, and they got a little smell to them, but they got a crease to them motherfuckers. I'm wearing our little hats up, rolled up and shit, you know. Now they making styles out of that, you know what I'm saying? Holes in our jeans and shit. They started making styles out of that. You know, we was already doing that, you know. They couldn't understand that though. and how we made it, and how we accepted our poverty and turned it into something that was beautiful for us. This is what separates niggas from America than everybody in the world. This is another reason why they kind of like really took Michael Jackson about the game and kind of gave us to Michael Jackson with the bad situation. It took some years. And anybody who was around with Michael Jackson around my age, you understand it took some time after Thriller to kind of get this nigga set to what he was going to do. Because in real life, it was going to take hip-hop out of the whole scene. It was like Michael Jackson against hip-hop. But he really was going to unite hip-hop, which is going to unite everybody. The breakers, the dancers, the pop lockers, the niggas in the hood. Everybody was about to be getting paid. It was like, no, we can't be paying these niggas in the hood. They'll be getting everybody up. It was been business now. So they had to stop that. I know y'all probably ain't thinking like that probably, but this is serious. This is some serious shit. So we're wondering like, okay, we ain't gonna be able to unite like those type of ways. So we gotta unite in a way that is supernatural. And it's dealing with the Kundalini, it's the energy of the self, which is your sexual energy. The creative energy that the Most High gave you. The source energy. You know, the energy that they under attack of, where they can tap into your fear and where they can tap into your hope, your talents and all of these things. This is where this is the energy they tap into. And so to keep you disconnected, which they do all of these rituals on for the niggas who even if they think that they're Hebrew Israelites and they're on the Sabbath and shit like that, and thinking that they're dealing with the Sabbath and on the Saturday, when they're just worshiping their little Chronos, their Saturn god, you know, on a Saturday. Doing all the things that they want them to do. That's sacrifice, you know? And not getting the gifts to be able to heal themselves on the right way, but they're supposed to paying the tithes, which is actually stacking your Kundalini up. Boom, boom, boom. Paying your tithes every month. That's the truth. That's the true pastor offering. That's the true offering. Offering your sacrifice for not being lustful and having the desires to bust a nut on a mug on yourself, or just being like you ain't got nothing else to do. You're so bored with your reality, you can't be a king then. You just gonna bust that and look down and do what you do. Nah, it's a different stage. We already. I'm not looking down at anyone who does it because I understand that, you know, we was molested. But I'm telling you what it's gonna take. It ain't gonna take no money. Elijah Muhammad, false prophet, tried to do that with some money and shit. He didn't want nobody to fucking be up with him. He didn't want no competition. It was like Muhammad speaks. You know, they could have came together, all them little false prophets, him, Marcus Garvey, and Elijah Muhammad, and the so-called Egyptian depth nigga, Noble Drew Ali. But remember that Egyptian depth chick came with the false god, the false Osiris. Because we had the true Osiris that already showed us agriculture and shit. That's how we knew the stars and the great cross in the sky. That's for the false prophet Malachi York. Talking about ain't no cross in the sky and it's all in the graveyards and shit. Just lying to niggas, man. Just lying to niggas, marketing to you. It must be very important. If they're marketing to your motherfucking afterlife, your afterlife must be fucking very important if they're marketing to you. Guarantee you. It gotta be important, man. Because it's important and once you give it up in the flesh, it's like, nigga, you theirs and you theirs. They got them motherfuckers on your ass, overpowering your niggas. These old unrefined ass spirits who don't want to graduate off of earth plane and shit. You know? They can't even rock jewels because they're not truthful. You know, that's how the jewels gonna work for us, because the jewels gonna work once you're truthful and shit. We ain't got the jewels on purpose, see? Well, I got the copper. That shit works because it's everything. When they say green, nigga, we're dealing with electricity. Shit's in the ethers. Yeah, electric, and this is electric charge popping off and shit, you know? I mean, that it's all little bacteria within my little atmosphere and shit is getting zapped off and shit. Keeping the orbs just glowing and shit because of that. I got the electricity popping off. You know, and I'm sitting on grounding on lava stone and shit. I don't want to show everything, but you know, I'm on lava stone and shit with the crystals and the minerals. You know, living off minerals. That's what we're gonna have to do in the first one. Anyway, so I ain't telling everybody this is not really extreme, but it's extreme to a degree. All right. So anyhow, though, to get this information back out, to make sure we don't drop that seed, you'll see that we won't be celebrating certain things and doing what they do at their time. You know, especially we'll be honoring the true Sabbath. All the niggas gonna do this. Every FBA, fucking Ninja, everybody, man. All of us, like family niggas. Fucking Blackstone, Vice Lord, GD, nigga, all of us, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're gonna do the Sabbath. Anyone who was dealing with Sunni Islam, they never really talked about Sabbath. They would have showed us the true Sabbath, but they didn't. Everyone had the simple thing everybody had a chance to do to show us the Sabbath, and they didn't. So now we're showing the Sabbath and how it's going to correspond with the sexual energy and shit. So basically, the Sabbath is every 4 days, every 4 sacred days of the moon. Just like your woman has her cycle corresponds with the moon. And that the moon ain't wicked, but you can do spiritual things with the moon, unknown things dealing with the moon, hidden things. That's why we call the wisdom the moon. You know, that's what wisdom culture. We're dealing with a woman. When we're dealing with the moon, the wisdom culture is dealing with the unknown letter in the alphabet. You know, being that if you're dealing with unknown, being wise to your culture is basically unknown to you. The equality of the supreme one. This is what we tap into. This is where we gain our power from. But we're gonna get it back because it's in our kundalini. That's how we're gonna work together. And basically just giving them everything back, man. As far as like all their days, because all our days corresponds with the moon, the cycles of the sun, the planets, the right way. That's why they want to throw us off with, you know, Ptolemy. What's his name? Ptolemy. I think he changed the nodes of the zodiac. You know, we knew this shit already because Most High gave us the tools to be, even if we weren't prophetic intuitively, we'll be able to map out the stars and prophesy shit on our own. Whether it's just like, even if you didn't know how to make music, it's like, yo, we wrote music now for you. Niggas wrote music. Who invented writing music? Okay, now that's something simple right there. Nobody even tapped into that yet. And we're too busy thinking about phonetical sounds and who's that, the Syriac language stock and the Hebrew, the Aramaic, or the you know, which came first, the Aramaic, which was the Aramaic. But I'm just saying, we're too busy, all that shit. Man, niggas was writing music. Niggas was in tune with the all spirit. Our voices, our babies weren't there. Our babies were, nigga, hitting tones. We knew the difference, nigga. We were different people, nigga. We're soulful people, man. We're not talking animals. We didn't talk in grunts and moans and shit. We had phonetical sounds. In that case, shit, the fucking gorilla, he would be putting together words. It's just that we're dealing with someone who's a little bit further than a gorilla that can actually put together words. You know what I'm saying? They can understand certain things. But gorillas can understand sign language. It don't matter. They can understand very in-depth sign language too. Like, you know, put it together. Nigga, R, U, you know. So I'm not trying to mess against anybody who's sign, but I know that's an R, U. I'm dealing with my name. You know what I'm saying? Ruler, my natural, you know, my natural conscious name, my supernatural name. Merciful ruler, God. You know, I had that name because I was knowledge quality. So anyhow, though, affectionately known as ruler to the gods. This ruler of self, one who knows how to build to be born. Just born in myself into the physical realm that you can see now, and you see my corporeal body, you know, my wisdom, my physical existence as who I am, and me manifesting my words through my gaseous elements through the intent of me speaking, showing a wise, intelligent being that the Most High created from the source. You know what I mean? And that's we're all doing that shit, just keeping it simple. So, yeah. So basically, hopefully I gotta check this out real fast. I don't want to look on that. All right, so yeah. So basically, just breaking it all down. You know, as far as us accepting our natural, you know, inheritance, in order for us to get the land back supernaturally, we already want to work out. We already want to get the bread. We best at business and all of that, but all of that didn't work. You know, all of that didn't work. We didn't create the actual spiritual monastery like a Shaolin temple type shit. You know what I'm saying? Within your own self though, before we actually will be magnetized together. That's how the Most High gonna bring us together. It's the signal. He sees that we're serious. Our Kundalini shows that we're serious, shit. When you're not releasing and busting us, everybody's like busting us all on the spiritual map. Like, oh, look at another one. Oh, this one didn't even need nobody. He was just by himself. He does this like 4 or 5 times a day. You know, you're not even registered no more. You may got a lot of money, but you're not really registered in the spirit, right? You're like on the first resurrection and shit. This niggas that's poor ain't got nothing, nigga, that's up there in the higher resurrections and shit. And even happier and more joyful. You know, than a mother who's a billionaire. You know? Billionaires and that, some of them are actually, if they're not philanthropists and they're not giving shit away, I know I probably said that wrong. They're not giving shit away trying to help, you know, reality, because that's what they are here for. You know, if they got all of this money, instead of hoarding it and passing it down, hopefully somebody in their generation can know what to do with it. But it's about, by that time, they'll already triple it. Money won't even be mean and shit, man. Everybody had their talent and their gift and shit that they love to do it in the first place anyways, and they're gonna do it for free, and they'll just get rewarded even more abundantly just for doing the talent. we're getting to that stage now. These new niggas is not gonna be playing with their money no more, man. It's like, most gonna be looking at the money like, I don't even want to fucking, and then the credits that come along with it and start really understanding, like, we're kings. We don't even want to be in their world. When you're in their land, their foreign land, G, just thug you, dog. When you're in their foreign lands, because they already made it seem like we're foreigners in our own land. I don't care if you're in Hawaii, if you, shit, there's so many foreigners here, it's ridiculous. You know, to them, they call them howlies and shit. White folks is everywhere. They just bought up, they just got leases of the land for 99 years. Like, nigga, we ain't leaving for 99 years, thinking that. They said, oh, you can't own the land, you can have it for 99 years. They're like, bet, give us that shit. We here. Like, damn, you don't even give a fuck. You want to go back to where you came from? You really gonna take the shit? You really gonna do it? It's kind of like if you so inviting in the house and shit. You're like, yeah, you come, man. You can you're like, damn, nigga, you really ain't gonna leave? I mean, I literally just stay here for about 2 weeks and shit. I mean, I thought you would leave though, but I mean, having to tell you to leave and shit. I'm like, we gotta force you up out the house. We gotta break up with you. It's gonna be one of those type of breakups. Like, we gotta get you out the house. Now we're understanding that, you know, our house has been invaded by everybody. Nigga, everybody got a piece of our land. Meaning that they own land, we gotta rent land from somebody else. Pardon me. We gotta rent land from another, you know, corporation or someone who's from another race or some shit. You know, it's crazy, G. And just to look at it like that, it's like, and maybe we be looking at them like, yo, can you help us? Give us a deal on our land that we can rent from you and shit. You seen nobody renting out this plot right here. Nobody doing shit. You just having it. Your parents and pass it down to you. I've been owning this little 7-acre plot for forever. And you still ain't did nothing. You'd rather take no money than to take just a little bit, huh? You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. These motherfuckers own business buildings and shit. And they'd rather take no money than to rent it to your ass for a little bit. We're dealing with narcissism and shit. You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna do business with a narcissist when they're always trying to destroy you in the end? They're in a competitive mindset. You're competing with something that they can't even compete against once we tap into it. So yeah, let's start focusing on our own land. You know what I mean? It's more than this. We're not, get out of the state of thinking of like we're building like huts and shit, which we will, because a lot of us is, you know, earth beings like shit. We love this. We have our shit built like it's outside, out of the earth, whatever way we want to do it. We got contractors. There's niggas that are framers. There's niggas that are HVAC technicians that really want to get up out. There's conscious niggas that are like that too. You know what I'm saying? We can pave it. There's niggas that paved the fucking airport before, nigga, and we pave streets. We make our own streets too. We make our own natural shit too, man. It ain't nothing to rent a machine to make your own pavement. If you look at the daggone maps closely, right there in the four corners, I know they trying to attack it over there in New Mexico and in Arizona and Nevada and Utah, but that's our shit. There is already grids, like street grids that are already like made. If we can just sit there and just look at this shit, like, look at this shit. You really just look at it. I'm gonna have to do a video of this shit. It's like, because I don't think nobody's really paying attention to this, man. But there's lines in the dirt already that shows like this is where you put your street at, this is where you put your corner at, this is where you do. All of it. Like everything without a house, without houses, G. This is how, and they like, man, nigga, show us that. I am. You know what I'm saying? And also at the same time, there's all the lots we can pull up, all the ones that are affordable, you know, all throughout Arizona. You know, you got to get, if you're dealing with business, you got to get them about the shit. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the way we got to do it. As far as like getting them up out of it, they're going to lose the land any goddamn way. We're going to buy up the farms anyway. Shit. That's really the key of uniting. If niggas now start buying up the farms. If you got the money to do it, and you got the know-how, the knowledge, and or you know a nigga that's good at farming, don't just hoard the money. Get the nigga and put him on the farm. And he's gonna have somebody that's gonna farm with him. You're gonna have to take all this. Like, that's really what it's opening for us to do right now, you know. And it's really less travel in the world. You have to learn how to get out the city now, because it's a lot of Judas in the city. We really can't build to. Let the city niggas deal with the city niggas. All right, they're on the same grades. All right. If the Atlanta city niggas, let them deal with that over there. You know, we're dealing with, you know, building and destroying, building on our end. You know, we're definitely gonna have contractors. We're definitely gonna have our farmers on ours. You know, we know exactly what type of grass to put on the ground over there. You know what I mean? To make it work and be great. They got it looking. You know, the ground is the same complexion as us. Nigga. Shit, that's copper ground over there, and the land of the pomegranate. That's our shit. Feds got it. but we're gonna get it back. In order to get up with the feds, man, you gotta get our Kundalini up. And once I'm telling you, once I go see we serious, you're gonna see the opportunities gonna come out of nowhere, like overnight, man. To the ones like, yo, boom, boom, boom. Then when everybody starts seeing, you know, our workers that get to coming in. Muslim ain't even skilled. Boom, now we teaching ours. We training. Now we ain't gotta send them to the school now. Because we kings in our own kingdom. Now we gonna train them on our shit. They ain't gotta get certified by you. We got our own little shit over here that we just blocked off over here. We don't have no drones over our shit. We got all of this, that, and the third. We're gonna do our own. And it's really, you really can do it. You don't have to do nothing through the middleman no more. It's not like selling dope. We done learned that shit. It's like, nigga, I can go straight to the source now. You know what I'm saying? I can go straight to the source now. I ain't gotta deal with you. You know, it was just you and me, narcissists, at first. You know, we couldn't do a lot of shit because nobody didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You was slapping niggas up, but now everybody know. Now everybody know. Motherfucker gonna come in and put the hand up and say, you don't slap her no more. And that's right, goddamn. You don't slap us no more. Shit, for real. There's a lot of shit going on. Everybody's starting to realize it. So once the world see us up on ourselves, man, shit just start getting handed to you. Not the world where we see, like, you know, with the African situation where the nigga, you know, is Congo, you know, the Ibrahim situation. We're gonna let Ibrahim and them handle their situation. They asking for us, what they need for us? Our celebrities or niggas that are HVAC technicians, you know what I'm saying, carpenters and shit. Why don't you just invest into us? Help us build our nest over here. You have somewhere to go also. And we have somewhere to go, we come to you. Well, we gotta go give up our rights and shit to come to your ass. We gotta give up what we done built all these years. You know, we don't listen to no false prophets no more. That shit ain't riding on our land. That's why Farrakhan shit ain't riding no more either. Him talking about, oh, America's destined to be out. We already knew that. Or else we would have been going back to Africa with your lessons fucking 1970 something. As soon as you came back on the scene in 1980s, you'd be like, yo, nigga, we can go back to Africa now. We get on the plane. It's our shit. Now niggas don't want to go back to Africa, huh? But everybody on that corner though, talking about we was unable to swim 9,000 miles and shit. See, everybody want to get down when it's time, when they know that shit's gonna pop off and nobody put in the work. Work is the Kundalini, it's paying the tides, man. Once we start doing that, the Most High put the ones that's there, gonna put us right with the right ones, you know? So it's not like, you know, we're begging motherfuckers, they just gonna have it in their heart to give. It's like, we ain't gotta be like, yo man, can you please donate 100,000 or 50,000 to this so we can deal with the agriculture and the land over in the land that we just bought? Well, because the land ain't even that much. I done found out we ain't gotta have 8,000. You know how much it costs to build land over in cities and shit? We can build our shit straight from scratch in the sun, where we're supposed to be. But if niggas melanin is toxic, then we're not gonna be in the sun like that. Niggas ain't gonna be able to sit outside. They're like, ooh, it's hot. If you got them parasites in your ass, nigga, you ain't gonna be able to sit in the sun, nigga. You're gonna be able to have to go inside and be like, damn, man, this air conditioning and shit. You know, it's cool to have air, but once you get outside and get used to that sun and shit, you'll realize ain't nobody supposed to be over there but your ass anyway. Ain't nobody else. We got the camels, we got the horses, we got the Mustangs, nigga. We got the motherfucking resorts, we got everything, nigga. We got the wells, our wells, which is our water and shit. We got a lot of things we do. But in order to get the land back, nigga, you gotta go ahead and make a sacrifice. You know, you want to be in their world, going to work with them. You want to be a king going into the foreign lands and shit. You want to be driving amongst them, getting pulled over all the goddamn time by a person who don't even look like you. Just every time you go outside, you gotta, okay, I got the seatbelt on. You ain't come to a complete stop. You ain't got no light on your license plate. The tags is crooked. You cough wrong when you hit the lights by seeing you look nervous, nigga. You just look nervous. Oh, you the one that owned the car. You in the passenger side. Nigga, I'm gonna pull over anyway because she driving. I'm gonna question you. What? She driving? No. Fuck it. You? Huh? Got the car. What? It's everything to lip wrestle with your ass to get your ass up out the car. Oh, you ain't getting out of the car? Huh? I'm coming in that motherfucker. It's like, damn, G. You gotta go through all that just to travel and shit. So I'm just traveling, man. I got a writ to travel. I don't give a fuck about no writ to travel, nigga. I'll violate you right now and answer the consequences later, nigga. I got people in high places. Remember, nigga, you ain't going against these regular motherfuckers. You going against wickedness in high places, man. These motherfuckers ain't playing no games with your ass. You only gotta get your own roads. You know? You ain't gotta go and petition the ass. It's gonna get handed to you once you start doing this Kundalini work. Like, yo, yeah, nigga, all this energy, most of like, yeah, my babies need to be somewhere on their own, nigga. Can't just have them walking through town and shit. You know what I mean? X-Men didn't live in the city unless they were just some motherfuckers that were just living in the city. You know what I'm saying? X-Men got their own little shit. It's pretty much what it is. sooner or later we won't stop talking about it. It's more than just history and shit. It's not he who knows the most history is the fucking king. That's not it. You king because you king. You have a wise dome. You don't travel outside your home and shit. Kings don't never leave they fucking kingdom. They always in they shit comfy with a throne, nigga. That's it. I mean, we're emperors of the world too, but I'm just saying, you know, they're sitting back, nigga. They chilling, make sure nobody getting their kingdom, keeping their shit motherfucking defense up. Because they know it's an offending motherfucker that's always trying to get in their shit. It's always, look at David. He always had a motherfucker. He's surrounded just like how we is. Surrounded by the infiltrators and shit that just always want to get into where the fuck we at. Can't even sit in all that sun, but you gotta send straw man in the shit. Gotta get you off kilter till you can't do business no more. They know you the biggest businessman in the world. You can just think of a business plan like that and make it work. But then they actually out your business plan. It's like they find ways, man. You know? Shout out to Nature Jab. I hope you'll be able to hold down this patent with the plastiline and shit. We'll need that on the land. We'll be like, you know, nigga, we'll take y'all trash. We come to the land. We driving on our own land and shit. Now we got niggas just building fucking frames that's out of this world for cars and shit. We got our own little shit. We ain't gotta be driving 1,000 miles an hour on our land. We got more than a lot of road on our land, nigga. You know, we're meant to do this shit now. We ain't supposed to make the car and go try to sell it to them no more. We're not in your shit. We don't care. We're focused on this now. You know what I mean? Having our own. Now we got big ass fields with fucking aramith and you know, mullet and quinoa, man. You know, grass growing. They like, there ain't no grass gonna grow like that. Why? Because Most High's chosen ones is on the land. That's why. You left y'all shit. Look how the cities crumble. Start leaving the cities and shit by groves. Now we're going to the land. And it's affordable. It's not even, I'm putting in the work now. It's affordable. It's fucking, we can all, there's 12 of us. Everybody could do this separately until we come together. Or singly. If you got enough to put up 20,000 and shit, just put it right up right away. You know, that's 20, they got 20 acres like that out there. Take it off them people's hand, man. You know, it's the Koreans that own this shit. There's Vietnamese that own this shit. Certain white folks and shit. Yeah, man, pay what it needs. Get them up off of it, man. Get them up off of it. We buy up all the plots. We're workers now. You know what I'm saying? Now we got our own food. We got our own lakes, man. You know what I'm saying? Our money, is trading our different fruits and our herbs, really. Because we're already going to have the natural working. And everything's going to be guided around the Sabbath. We're going to know when to rest. Everybody's going to be chill mode on Sabbath. I mean, Sabbath, chilling. Walking the horse down the way. We got Bermuda grass. That shit don't never fucking die out. We got Bermuda grass in the ground and shit. We got pomegranate trees all over the damn place. We all gonna clean up a pomegranate tree. You know, we got bros that know about plumbing. We putting the shit into the ground. We connect the shit our own self, and we love nature. You know, this is why it takes us this year right here, the year of the Lamb, right now. This is for our people. Go ahead and get our kingdoms in order, self first. You know, the heaven right here first. Get happy here, because this is where I get attacked at all the time. It's here. You know, they always try to get me off of my square here. They'll do little things, you know, out here. You know, it's not hate, but the hate is brought here by different individuals. I get called nigger. They love to say nigger. Nigger, 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 nigger. I'm like, y'all niggas. We say niggas, but we know what we mean. But they love to say it. I'm like, that's your favorite word, huh? And shit. I know it is, because I know we are, and I know the personality disorder. But at the same time, I ain't got to much try to throw something at me. But the Most High, you know, bless me with things right away. Like, baby, I'm sorry about that. You know, not sorry, but, you know, give me hugs and hand me things, hand me gifts right away. You know, and but that was for them, greater justice. But like I say, the thing is, they know the transition has happened. They know that we're coming into power. As far as like, we don't have to try to rule nobody. All we got to do is just rule ourselves and bring happiness. Once the happiness is up, you will get attacked. But that's cool. Learn how to maintain that happiness. It's like working out. When you get to a certain body type, you got to maintain it now. You can try to go past it, but it takes a little hard work. So to maintain it, you got to keep up the same type of reps in order to keep it going. And then you increase your workout to get it a little bit more like, and more incredible Negro now shit. You know, same difference, you know. And spiritual training with us, you know, eating in certain ways, really not eating harsh meals no more. You know, none of their meals, you got to let shit go, man. Got to let Walmart and shit go. Just go there minimum. You don't need much. I know we really go to Walmart for the energy. If we see black people there, our people, we only go there for that. You know, and we like our people. You know, I understand that. You know, going to certain stores, it just feels good to go out, right? But we're amongst vampires. You know, them vampires even in our family, in our people. But more so it is with the other ones that's hidden in the mist that can just stand by you and just, you know, stand on next to you and just drain from your aura and switch energies if you're not like more so of an energy master with your own self. And I'm not saying like being a Reiki master, some shit like that, but just on your own, managing your own energy, eating your fruit. They seeing that eating fruit is like, oh, just eating a piece of fruit. But what fruit is doing is raising your vibration and frequency. It's like if you was drinking a shot of liquor, that kind of raises your frequency a little bit, but at the same time, it makes you a little bit turnt. You know what I mean? It's quicker. But with fruit, it's more serotonin, slower, so you still be more, you know, happy. You still be happy, you know, even though you're just sitting there doing something as simple as eating fruit. But yeah, this is what the focus is, yo. All it takes is 12 to see that we starting off like that. Everybody starts seeing they can put that land right here. We don't have to be so separate. We can. This one we really sell what we have in our own and get the charge. Things will be situated for us. Nobody don't want to be outside in our weather, in our type of weather. Valley of the sun, all that stuff is for us. The ancestors had it for us. And to get the memory of us going over there right now for us to even do it, to show that it's affordable for us to get, it's just letting you know, man. We just got to be prepared for it now. Because if you true kings, you don't got to lip wrestle with a peasant that's pulling you over that already have a motive to pull your ass over and to get you anyways, even if you fit a description from 4'9" to 6'11". You know what I'm saying? Dark skin with braids. I don't know. You know, it's all this shit that you take to lip wrestle to get to be like, yeah, let me get the supervisor here. The supervisor's tied into the shit too. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna have a war. We gotta go to the sheriff. I know you rocking the star, and I know you got the Merkle ball in your shit, but you know, damn, we gotta get you the white shirt on the premises and shit. It's a lot of little things going on. It's like, damn, why I gotta go through all this just to get my rights? It's like, nigga, you ain't got no rights. You ain't your proper pro se. You ain't got no kingdom. Nigga, you supposed to be traveling caravans and jewels and shit when you come. You know what I mean? Like how a celebrity look. Nigga, when you come to the land, it's like, nigga, I'm in your land. You know, some money finna get spent, nigga. And we finna spin up and everybody finna be happy. They're like, them niggas is coming to town. Oh, shit. You know, that's how that is. You know, and when we not coming to town, they just gonna reminisce on when we was in town. And we back in our shit. Like, yeah, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Doing what we do. Cooking, fishing, whatever, learning, whatever in the fuck school we got going on, because as above, so below, that means our heavens is in order. The heavens must be getting in order if we're getting this down low now. So it's a powerful download, man. So basically, we got to get our own kingdom, get our own land, so we can get that right out there. You know what I'm saying? Right out in the four corners where our shit was at in the first place. Where they got all their religions from anyways and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, you know, we can't travel outside in foreign lands no more. Our foreign lands is going to be anything outside of our establishment that we get. It means that we have to hold everything down where we're at. Because, you know, these folks know that we like clean stuff. You know what I mean? We're kingly. We're noble. We like clean stuff. So when we see somebody build something that's clean, we want to go visit it. You know? But at the same time, we're not even welcomed in the shit. Like I told you, we're going to get apartments. We're like, damn, this shit's so dope. I'm playing pool at 3 o'clock in the morning. Son. They're like, nope, you can't do that. I'm like, damn, I'm in the sauna and shit at 12 o'clock in the morning. You know? Nope. Like, nah, damn. I'm paying $3,500. You know what? For $3,500, nigga, shit, I can own 4 plots of 36 acres with 4 different brothers and shit, and we can just be getting contractors and just buying fucking material, nigga. Like grass and, you know, Bermuda grass and trees. It's like $14, nigga, that'll produce thousands of fruits and shit for us, man. We get the exotic fruits that grow on our land. You're like, you know what? Fuck that shit. Everybody gonna come to our shit. We gonna have our own parties and shit. You know what I'm saying? We got our own parties. We got our own music and shit. We love our music. We love their music. We love our people's music. Not this new music type shit, but you know, we know how to jam. Shit. We got our own skating shit. We know how to skate. We know how to jam. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be like, man, I wanna go to that nigga land over there, man. They over there. They seem like they having fun. We only send them like little clips and shit of what the fuck we doing. Like, oh, them niggas over there. We all in motherfucking got brand new different type of shoes. We got a nigga that know how to make shoes and shit. We don't even fuck with nobody no more. Hey, you know what? I like Tyler and all that. Guess what? We got a nigga over here that's a tailor, man. You know what I'm saying? His granddaddy done did it hundreds of years ago. He just tapped back into that fucking gift. Now he's making the coldest shoes for us ever with gold on the fucking buckles, nigga. Now we got gold and real wings on the side of our shit. Yeah, nigga. we working out over here. We eat, we got to, yeah, nigga, we get to know each other. That's why I'm saying they want to come back in our land. That's why they start seeing us deal with each other. They like, damn, you can't let niggas heal. Because it's like, that's why they hear a lot of people like, man, some of our brothers is kind of against us being by ourselves. But the good, the bad, the ugly is with us though. So it's like we gotta heal by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, we did it. And so anybody else who want to add on, they come in the game. We just see what they can add on to the cipher if it's truth or not. Like, yo, okay, come through. You got that good ass food. Come on over here. But you just want to, you know, get a business and shit within our shit. Well, this time you ain't gonna be able to vote into our shit. We got this whole thing just mapped out a little bit. We deal with the all highest creator, most high. We got the Sabbaths popping off, and this is what's going on and shit. Nigga, yeah, you got a chick from a foreign land. Okay, well, she gotta be around us. And vice versa too, nigga. A foreign chick, a foreign dude, they gotta be around the family for about a year. Most I said this, man, because you know what I'm saying. You can't just let her think that she's seen your ass, and then you know what I'm saying, like, damn, then she seen the rest of us and be like, oh, I got the worst one on this motherfucker. See, gotta give her a chance. You know what I mean? Gotta let her choose up, nigga. It's pimping over there, man. Nah, I'm fine. Powerful intellect making progress, and I mean this in a good way too. You know what I'm saying? Because that chick may not be for you, you know. But if you got her secluded and shit and trapped off like a narcissist, you this big old sloppy motherfucker, you got this old fine ass, gray eye looking ass, exotic looking chick and shit, you like, damn, how did you get her? Oh, you must have been the only nigga. Yeah, you didn't bring her back home to let her see more niggas and shit. That's what happened, and that's what we gotta do. Because you don't want to be with her and she's having underneath shit about other niggas and shit. Thou shalt not covenant, you know? So that's why. Bring her ass home. She can last that whole year. Vice versa, he can last that whole year. Because, you know, he's been around sisters. He ain't used to being around sisters and shit, because sisters got more than just sex. They're not just horny and shit. They got charisma, they were empaths, they can feel shit. They're just fun to be around. It's more than sex, nigga. They can turn that on. And they used to the videos and shit now, but, you know, they're really more in depth. So you gotta see if you can be around these type of chicks too. Like, damn, she's so fucking nurturing. Wow, you start to fall in love with the bitch nurturing. I mean that in a good way now. With the nurturing and shit. You're like, how come the one I chose wasn't that? Because you didn't, you know, shit like that, you know. She'll look at if you bring this man home, he'll be so looking at your sisters like, damn, they're nurturing. She's not as nurturing. I thought she would be, you got the worst one of the woo. You know, she's mean and shit or something, you know what I mean? And she never got a man. That's why she had to leave and shit. Stuff, man. There's rules to this, man. So it's cool. And we know this too, as black folks. That's why we know. Alright, so it's time to get the kingdom back in order. I'm finna get ready to hop offline. Thanks for those who join in, you know. Those who's you know, foreigners, you know, you want to donate. This is one of the channels. I definitely gonna find one of my higher uppers. Not higher than me, I'm just talking about higher ones who see deal inequality, A alike, B alike, C alike, who can see in the same way I'm looking, way we see it all as far as like building the kingdom and getting things established, getting the land in order. Then, you know, boom, you definitely send something. We're not gonna let that go to waste and shit, because everything's gonna be on the land anyway. We're gonna do what they do on there. It's our own little land. We're gonna do it right in no time too. And it's more than 19 acres. Egypt was like 19 acres. Man, we get 36, 46, start collecting the shit. It's gonna be so big, we can go and chill on it by ourselves. We have fun just building the land now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just building houses like how they build it in the Gregorian style with the triangle roof and da-da-da-da. Like, nah, nigga, we've been all, it's our shit. Brand new, nigga. You ain't never seen this. We got a God over here in the earth over there. His family, they got shit with no butterfly. Building something out of the earth. They just digged up the earth, made their whole shit up in it, kind of like how them little motherfuckers you see on YouTube and shit. God's been waiting to do that type of shit. Like, we got all of that, man. We over here made a pond for the God who like to fish a lot. Got, you know, big pond too. They got the catfish, got the dip, got the fish, whatever. Muslim want to eat, we only eat the fish every, well, I don't know what I'm saying, but bros, you know, every once a week or so, every 2 weeks, you must have a fish fry. Shit like that. I already know. It's gonna be fun, G. But you gotta have these celibate, because you can't do none of this stuff and get that power back up if you don't get about you gotta get more than 4 months. But 4 months, you're gonna feel great. You're gonna be like you ain't never been, like you ain't never felt before. Every day, it's gonna be like you ain't never felt before. Every day is great on celibacy or semen retention or when you born again virgin type shit with that energy. Every day is gonna be great. But I'm just telling you down the line when it's like really intense, like oh shit. At 6, 7 months, when they know your ass ain't playing, you about to be outside the body and shit, like out the crown chakra. Yeah, they start sending everything depending on how lustful you is. But you gonna grow out of all that shit. Ain't nothing that gonna matter. Only thing that's gonna matter is the kingdom. I'm telling you, ain't nothing else gonna matter, G. After you get over all of this, boom. I probably shouldn't be saying that. I'm making myself a certain target. You know, these people already be trying to get my ass and shit. That's why I'm tucked under down here. being able to talk. But this is the way though. Ain't nobody said it, no false prophet said it, nobody else said it. We're at a stage right now where we can actually do it together. If you want to do it, email me. I think I got the email information. I got the little Instagram information. I know Zach. I've been saying this for years. I know Zach with it. Most I've been giving it to me, man. It's the next phase. Celibacy is the next stage, for sure. And this is when then the city comes, the land comes after that. Jewtown comes after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to Jewtown, y'all. Jewtown. What? Niggas chilling, man. We got the horns and niggas at the gate, man. We got the horns and everything. Nobody never supported us. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody never supported us. That's why most are gonna have us by ourselves. I'm telling you, man. And he's showing you through the scriptures. So I love y'all, and I'll build you in the next one. Peace. One time for the Cap Smash. You gotta say one time for the Cap Smash.